Imagine dashing through enemies, slamming the ground with Consecration, and watching everything around you ignite, scorch, and freeze, stopping unstoppable champions in their tracks and locking down entire waves of enemies. That's the power of this refined Titan build. It's fast, aggressive, and brutal. With the right synergy, you're spamming melee abilities non-stop, activating Transcendence in record time, and turning every encounter into a highlight reel of elemental chaos. You're not just burning your enemies, you're freezing them, jolting them, and sending them flying with every slam. Welcome to Insightful Gaming, where we break down builds that aren't just strong, they're fun. This is my take on a well-known Titan setup, fine-tuned for the current season. Whether you're diving into endgame content or just want to feel like an elemental wrecking ball, this build delivers. Chapters are included so you can jump to any part you need. And if you're looking for a helpful, active community or a clan to run endgame with, the Discord link and clan info are in the description. And hey, if you enjoy these breakdowns, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more builds just like this. Now, let's get into what makes this build truly explode, starting with the exotic armor that unlocks its core power. The core of this build revolves around the Pyrogale Gauntlets, and while they're typically known for buffing Burning Maul, we're not here for the super, we're here for what they do to Consecration. Pyrogale's perk, Percussive Flames, modifies Consecration's second slam to create a cyclone of flame. That means every time you dive into a group of enemies with Consecration, you're not just hitting them once, you're leaving behind spinning firestorms that continue to scorch and destroy anything nearby. And since this build is built around spamming melee, you're going to be triggering these Flame Cyclones constantly. It's this unique synergy that takes Consecration from a strong melee to a game-breaking one. With 3 melee charges available, and our entire setup designed to keep those charges coming back fast, Pyrogale Gauntlets let you unleash a constant stream of Flame Cyclones as you clear room after room. It turns aggressive play into a wildfire, controlled chaos that's perfect for both add-clear and melting champions with elemental control. To fuel this build's aggressive playstyle, we're using a perfect trio of weapons that support both ability regeneration and elemental synergy, starting with Monte Carlo as our exotic primary. This weapon is the glue that holds the melee loop together. Its intrinsic perk, Monte Carlo Method, reduces melee cooldown every time you deal damage, and has a chance to instantly refill your melee energy on kills. When paired with Pyrogale Gauntlets, this means you'll almost never run out of Consecration charges. It's not an exaggeration. Monte Carlo basically guarantees you can slam the ground on repeat, igniting waves of enemies while keeping your damage and ability uptime maxed. For our special weapon, we're running Lotus Eater, one of the best choices this season. It comes with Reconstruction, which steadily reloads the weapon over time, and destabilizing rounds, which causes enemies to explode with void detonation after kills. This is a monster for ad clear and has excellent synergy with the Prismatic subclass by helping build Transcendence energy even faster. It fits the flow of the build, aggressive, ability-rich, and built to chain kills. In the heavy slot, Eternity's Edge brings survivability into your chaos. This sword has infinite guard for endless blocking, energy transfer to generate class ability energy while taking damage, and flash counter, which disorients enemies when blocking right after being hit. This makes it your panic button. When things get too hectic and you're low on health, just pull out Eternity's Edge and hold block. You'll recover, disorient enemies, and start regaining your barricade energy without missing a beat. Together, this weapon loadout enhances every part of the build. Monte Carlo feeds your melee loop, Lotus Eater clears rooms and builds Transcendence, and Eternity's Edge keeps you alive when it counts. His build is all about turning you into a melee-powered elemental storm, and it starts with our super Glacial Quake. This stasis super gives you powerful crowd control and mobility, letting you freeze enemies in place and shatter them in quick succession. But what makes this build explode is how fast you can generate Transcendence, and the faster that fills, the faster your super comes back. For your class ability, we're running Rally Barricade. Not only does this give you faster ability recharge with the right mods, but it also works with our sword, Eternity's Edge, to regenerate barricade energy while blocking damage. Your melee ability is Frenzied Blade, and it's the cornerstone of this build. With 3 charges and Consecration as one of our equipped aspects, Frenzied Blade converts into 3 devastating Consecration slams, each one able to scorch, ignite, and trigger Flame Cyclones thanks to Pyrogale Gauntlets. We're using Glacier Grenade to complement our aggressive play. Drop it to freeze enemies on approach, break line of sight, or control space in tight encounters. For aspects, we're running Consecration to transform your melee into a destructive dive bomb, and Knockout, which boosts melee lunge, restores health on melee kills, and amplifies your damage output. If you want more crowd control, Drenger's Lash is a viable swap, giving you Suspend on Barricade, but Knockout adds the survivability that really pushes this build into high-end content. Our Fragments are focused on ability regeneration, survivability, and synergy. Facet of Dawn grants Radiant on melee kills, boosting weapon damage during your ability chain. Facet of Hope speeds up barricade regeneration, keeping your rally uptime high. Facet of Blessing triggers health regeneration on melee final blows. And while transcendent, it also heals nearby allies, making it perfect for high-risk, close-range combat. Facet of Balance enhances melee and grenade cooldowns when using abilities, keeping your loop smooth. And Facet of Protection adds bonus damage resistance when surrounded, reinforcing your aggressive playstyle. To keep this build's momentum non-stop, our armor mods focus on ability regeneration, orb generation, and survivability. On the helmet, we're running Kinetic Siphon to generate orbs of power with Monte Carlo, hands-on for bonus super energy on melee kills, and Heavy Ammo Finder to keep your heavy sword ready when things get tight. On the gauntlets, Bolstering Detonation gives class ability energy when your grenade hits enemies. Heavy-Handed creates orbs on powered melee kills, and Grenade Kickstart for additional grenade energy. Your chest piece is flexible. Slot and damage resist mods based on the activity you're running, whether that's concussive dampener, sniper resistance, or elemental resistances. For your legs, we're using Innovation to reduce grenade cooldown when picking up orbs, Recuperation for healing on orb pickup, and Invigoration to help regenerate melee energy. These 3 together create a tight loop of sustain and cooldown refunds. Finally, on the Titan mark, Reaper generates orbs from weapon kills after using your class ability, Outreach gives melee energy when using your barricade, and Bomber reduces grenade cooldown on barricade use. All of these ensure every piece of your kit is constantly feeding the next. Barricade fuels grenades and melee, melee feeds healing and radiant, and everything else loops back through orb generation. This build turns your Titan into a relentless force of elemental chaos. You're freezing, scorching, igniting, and healing non-stop, thanks to constant Consecration slams, Monte Carlo refilling your melee, and Pyrogale Gauntlets leaving Flame Cyclones in your wake. With every ability feeding the next, and Transcendence building fast, you'll be locking down champions, clearing rooms, and surviving even the toughest encounters with ease. If this build helped you, drop a like and subscribe for more powerful, fun-focused setups. Got a twist you'd add? Let me know in the comments. I read them all. And don't forget to join the Discord. Whether you're looking to theory craft, ask questions, or find a fire team, we've got a great community ready to help. Clan info's in the description too. Stay aggressive, stay radiant. This is Insightful Gaming, signing off.